All righty, traders. This is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup webinar. Hope everybody's having a great trading session. And you know what? Before we even go into the charts, I'll pull up what I was going to talk about. But look at the S&P. I mean, we're right up at our highs. And you know, will we go higher? We might. I mean, it's Monday, as we talked about on the face webinar. It's Monday. We just got the stimulus bill passed. A lot of excitement around that. A lot of excitement about, money's coming in, yada, yada, yada. So here we are pushing up against, the trend line that we talked about earlier this morning. It did hit and it held, right? So, I mean, if you look at it, but we still could break higher, and we might actually make a move for 3,900 first, and as we just consolidate. I think this is really quite possible right now. Let me draw this out for you. Excuse me. I had a, hold on. Sorry about that. I had a handful of snack mix, like raisins and nuts, and stuck in my throat a little bit. Okay, so it seems like to me that this is what we're doing in equities, right? So that means that we're probably going just a little bit higher in stocks. That would be my assumption right now, right? So let's just assume that that's going to be the case, and maybe make it to 3,900. That means that we probably have some more upside in equities today. What does that mean for you? Well, it depends what you're trading. If you're trading the dollar, that means the dollar is probably going to pull back a little bit. I would assume that we see the dollar like this. Euro dollar probably does something like this, right? And if you guys are, like, for example, if you're a euro bear, well, that gives you the opportunity to really sell the euro dollar at a little bit higher price, right? In all actuality, I mean, if you're like, well, I'm bearish to the euro, well, great, you probably will be able to sell it at 119. All right. So anyway, I just think that is more the case right now, and we're going to be able to see a little bit of a push back up towards 119. And you take currencies like the US dollar, Norwegian krona, we might come down a little bit. US dollar, Mexican peso, it's had a hell of a run. We might drop back to like 21.10, something like that, before continuing higher. And like, let's take a look at the Aussie and the Kiwi. I mean, the Aussie, which is just, I mean, the only reason why we're holding up right now is because of, hold on really quick. It's just because that we're moving higher in equities. I mean, as soon as equities are done going higher, my assumption is that the Aussie is going to be one of the first currencies to roll over. I wouldn't be surprised if we made it towards 77 cents and rolled right back over again. But we have to be prepared for that possibility at this point, because like I said, stocks look strong. Kiwi, similar situation, little wedge, probably make it back to 72 cents before moving lower again, right? So just think about that. That looks like what's happening. Let's take a look at some of the other asset classes really quick, and then I'll take if you guys want me to look at anything in particular. Simon said Dow pops its all-time high, cherry. Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible. The Dow, look how strong it is. Oh, did we just hit all-time highs intraday? I mean, this is crazy, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we do this. Boop. Right? I mean, look at what we've done. I mean, this, like, to go another 500 points after a, what is that, a 1,200 point move, maybe 1,000 point move? That's an 800 pip. That's an 800 point move. That's from post jobs report from the spike low. That's a 1,300 point move. That's a 4% move in the Dow. How silly is that, right? I mean, yeah, let's do this actually. Since I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this seems really possible. For those of you that trade the Dow, which I do. Oh, look at that. That's exactly what's going to happen, Simon. Brace for it. Brace for it. It's coming. So actually, what I might do is I might sell this at maybe 32,300 or so. Might get short. So maybe another 150 points from here, 200 points from here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's probably it. Let's take a look at what's happening in some of the other markets. So here's crude. Crude looks weak. Okay, that's probably one of the things that's kind of keeping the dollar Canadian and the U.S. dollar Norwegian krona up for the most part. I mean, yeah, they're pulling back a little bit, but they're holding up pretty well. That's because we're getting the opposite effect that we had from the last few weeks. You know, as crude has been going higher, it's kept the Canadian and Norwegian krona weaker. Now we're seeing a little bit of pullback there. Let's take a look at the precious metals. Gold, very weak, and gold looks like we are going to. Oh, we just completed the AB equals CD move. That's huge. Actually, I'm gonna have to tweet that out. Yeah, because that was my chart of the day from last week, I want to say. So, I mean, if you think gold's so weak, but if you're trading gold, it's got to be it's got to bounce somewhere around here, I would think. This is a place where you want to be a buyer of gold. Silver, I mean, look, silver's not making lower lows. Maybe this is it, but I get a little worried about silver because we are below this, trend line. Raman asked if I could look at the dollar yen. Yeah, the dollar yen, it's I know Amanda was looking at it. She said there's a weekly trend line, but what I was looking at really on a weekly chart is the 200 period moving average. But I guess you could probably say we're right up against this like weekly trend line right here. So somewhere between where we're at and maybe 109.20 should offer some resistance. Okay. So anyway, that's it on the dollar yen. I would have a very hard time. I have a very hard time like trying to fade the dollar yen while yields are going higher. That's a really difficult trade for me. Like I want to sell the dollar yen, but I mean this move in yields. Maybe we see a yields stall here soon, and then once that looks like it's happening, then that's the trade probably is to sell dollar yen. Okay. All right, guys, but overall, just be patient. If you guys are trading equities are just still trying to rock higher. I think the S&P is going to 3,900. The Dow looks like since we are at all-time highs, it looks like we're going to the 127% extension. So just keep that in mind. That's one that's brewing, and then that should allow for maybe the euro to get back to 119. And I think if the euro gets back to 119, it's going to be a good short from up there. That's what I think. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful trading session. And yeah, let's see if gold finds some support. I'm actually going to tweet out that chart because that was a pretty important chart. I don't know if it's going to bottom here, but I think it is worth noting. Okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you all. Have a great one. Happy Monday, I guess. Is there something? Is that even a thing? Happy Monday. See you guys.